Hello everyone! Welcome back to another live stream of Monster vs. Monster, a YouTube thing here on the D&D CR Exposed YouTube channel. Love not getting that right, I promise. Anyways, what are we doing here? We are pitting monsters versus monsters instead of players versus monsters to see if a balanced, quote-unquote balanced, CR is actually worthwhile. And with that, we had another suggestion from the Discord today of Undead versus Celestials. So I'm going to take a look at that and do just so. And we are pitting roughly, I think it's a CR 34 of a CR 17, an 8, and a 9 versus a bunch of Celestials as well down below. So what are we doing here with these monsters? We have a blue Dracolich, a might as well Tyrannosaurus zombie, and a Frost Giant zombie, which I believe came from Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Oh no, Eberron's, EGW, Explorer's Guide to Wildmount. So this is a slightly stronger version than the Monster vs. Monsters, no, excuse me, from like the Monster Manual or whatnot. I think the Monster Manual version is a 6. Needless, regardless, we can continue on with that. And down below, we have ourselves the Celestials, in quotation marks. We have an adult gold dragon, a unicorn, and a fire main angel, I believe it is? Yes, a fire main angel from GGR. There we go, from Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Was looking for some good balanced monsters, and there aren't a lot of Celestials to pick between CRs 15 to 5, surprisingly enough. So I kind of threw together a couple monsters, as well as the gold dragon that's working with the Celestials to help fight this undead scourge. And in the darkness, off to the side, we have our goblin friend Frizz here once again, who is going to attempt to, you know, maybe do a little dungeon delving into the caves of the Archlich, excuse me, no, not the Archlich, the Dracolich there, and see what treasures and plunders or spoils this little goblin can plunder here while they're distracted. Of course, we have some good Celestials here, so they probably won't bother Frizz, but the idea is, will Frizz get past the undead? Who knows? Hopefully this little goblin can continue on their way and become something a little bit more than just a goblin. In any event, to get the rest of the business out of the way, the map is by Chesnpeku on Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Chesnpeku to pick that up. The link should be in the description if I remember to update that correctly. If not, I will do it later on. The battle map is Foundry as always, and the names were picked from fantasynamegenerator.com. And that's it. All the artwork is by D&D, so nothing unique here. Except for the little goblin, who is by Trash Mob Minis. Flame Loud, hey there, thanks for, oh, it's a bit low, is it? Okay, let me double check that real quick and see what's going on here. Okay, so let me update that a little bit. Alright, so I've reduced the decibels, or increased the decibels a little bit. It was at negative 13 and now it's at negative 7, which is bordering on the yellow line, so that should be doing better. And how's it coming through, Flame Loud? And while I'm waiting on that response, I believe I've covered everything for the business here. So while I'm waiting on that response by Flame Loud, I will go ahead and jump right into throwing all of the monsters into here. There is a small update to my Foundry. I've done something a little bit different here, and this is going to be in the form of a combat action HUD here. So the monsters you'll be seeing something in the bottom left here in a little bit that shows their abilities and stuff in a more interesting way, better than just the little black boxes. So with that, let's throw our monsters into combat here and get right into round 1. So we'll go ahead and throw them into the combat tracker. We have Azhoth, our Dracolich, or our blue Dracolich dragon here. We have Nipper, the zombie Tyrannosaurus, and perfect, thank you, Flame Loud, and Ralton the zombie, because, you know, now that he's living the zombie life, he wants everyone to know he's a zombie. And then down below, as always, we have Frizz, our little goblin, and then below, for our Celestial, quote-unquote, team, we have, let's see here, Rune the unicorn, Midrad the adult gold dragon, and Valoel, there we go. Valoel, the, what was it? Kind of speed? Yeah, fire main angel. There we go. So we got some interesting combatants here for this basically 3-on-3 with a little side buddy here hiding in the darkness, trying to steal something from the Dracolich's lair. And of course, this was a perfect map because this is Chezempeku's official Dracolich lair map. So we can gather that, you know, this Dracolich had just finished their transition from life to unlife, and the Celestials got wind of this and are trying to stop its rise to power. Of course, our Dracolich maybe has had some time in its undead phase and, you know, gotten himself some allies. Ironically enough, a giant and a big old T-Rex lizard somehow. Don't ask me how, I don't know. This is just how it all worked out. Okay, now, with that, let's get into round one. Beginning combat, we are going to roll our initiatives here and see what happens. Here come the dice, and we have Azhoth first with Frizz, the Gold Dragon next, our Unicorn, the Angel, and then our zombies afterwards. Makes sense because zombies are a little slow to the uptake. Alright, so then, let's zoom in here on Azhoth and get into battle. Okay, so this is our new HUD down here, so we can see our picture for the monster, its types of attacks, how far it can move, which is really nice because it actually does track the distance. And then its abilities, special options here, features, you know, ready actions and such, other features that it can do for free, and its reaction, which is fantastic. So I'm going to give this a shot over the little black boxes that were once up here and see how it works out. Okay, so off right to the races here. Excuse me, something in my throat. Azhoth is going to take to the skies, probably go up a good, we'll say, 25 feet into the sky, and of course I knew that was going to happen. And then rain down some terror in a lightning breath, although I do believe the lightning breath is just a straight line, right? 90-foot cone, 5 feet wide, so we can only get upwards of 2, so that really isn't going to be all that helpful for our Dracolich here, because it's a straight line and we can't really get anyone into perfect line here. So what's going to happen is taking to the skies up 25 feet into the air now, and we'll say flies over to here to land on the come on. Yeah, I knew the walls were going to be a bit of a problem. There we go. Fly over here and perch up on top and wait for the other monsters to come into place. And I guess because it doesn't have anything else really to do right now, we're just going to do a dodge action. So our Dracolich is now officially on dodge, and because I want to make sure it has its effects in place, it's on dodge. So let's just take a quick look at this and see if there's any extra effects. Perfect. The values are in place and has disadvantage and saves and whatnot for being attacked. Excellent. Okay. That is going to be the Dracolich's turn, and just to verify, it's got the following, let's see here, legendary actions available of Detect, Tail Attack, and Wing Attack. So really, we don't have anything we can do for legendary actions at the moment. Okay, you know what, knowing what is going on, I'm actually going to retcon that a little bit, and the Dracolich is just going to come over here and fly up in the sky. That'll be the easiest thing, knowing that, you know, we have a gold dragon here, and they can breathe fire. I'm sure he doesn't want to get caught up into a cone, or at least reduce the amount of people getting caught in that fire breath. Speaking of next characters, we have Frizz, and Frizz is going to, let's see here, obviously going for a stealth check, so let's see what we can do with Frizz, and we're going to use some skills here. Where is our skills hiding? Use feature, nimble escape, perfect. Okay, marked it for the bonus action, and now we're going to go ahead and make a stealth check. All right, and our stealth is hiding down here, perfect. He is an expertise at stealth, but as we've seen in previous battles, his stealth does not always work out to be the best. Although we do have a 24 for its stealth check, so Frizz is doing an amazing job at hiding and is going to move up the, let's say here, you know, before we go any further, let me get a little closer so I can see what's going on. And we'll come up to the edge of the wall here, 30 feet for its turn. Actually, no, that would be both its action and its movement to do that. There we go. and comes up to the corner here, hiding around the corner, and certainly sees the zombie here cowering a little bit. Use its action, use its movement to get up there after going and doing a hide check. Frizz is in a good spot here to sneak into that Dracolich's lair. Let's see what happens on the next round. Up next, we have Midrad, the Gold Dragon. Takes to the sky here, also roughly about 25 feet into the air, and starts flying out to breathe fire and rain down fire on top of the monsters here. So, let's see. How far can we move with this? 80 feet. Okay. Easy enough. So we'll probably come somewhere to around here to get both those, both the Dracolich in the sky and the undead zombie into a flame breath. So we've used all but 3 movements. So once the flame breath goes off, we can back up a little bit and not take any, have to move the monsters a little further into the area. Okay, let's go ahead and get that flame breath going. So we'll use a feature here, breath weapon. Let's see here. And which one is it? Weakening breath. Let's just go with the fire breath. Okay. Yes, we're going to do all that. And then we're going to swivel it a little bit. Perfect. We can get both the Dracolich and the zombie in there. So, let's see what happens. We have a total of 70 points of fire damage. The Ralton the zombie fails with a 16. Azhoth succeeds with a 23, only taking half that amount of damage. Luckily, we don't have to use any legendary resistances since they already did succeed and took just a little bit of damage from the fire. And beyond that, that is going to be Azhod's turn. No, Midrad's turn. Azhoth is the Dracolich. And we'll go from there. All right, so let's get rid of the template here. Now that our fire is done. I got rid of that? Perfect, I did get rid of it. All right. And we will go ahead and back up. No, darn it. Get rid of that. Okay, switch back. All right, and we'll back up 3 more spaces since that's what we can do. Looks like we can go 1 more. Perfect. Okay. Now it's gone yellow to tell us we are going into extra movement if we were to not use our action, which is good to see. Okay, flying up in the sky, 25 feet into the air. This might be an aerial battle between the dragons. We'll see what happens in a little bit here. Forgot to move on for Midrad's turn. But anyways, moving on, we have Rune, our unicorn here. So, checking in a little bit beforehand, I know that Rune has the ability to cast I guess it would be Dispel Evil and Good. Shimmering energy surrounds and protects you from Fey, Undead, and creatures originating from beyond the material plane. So what we'll go ahead and do here is target self and cast Dispel Good and Evil, which, for the duration, have a disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Why is it called Dispel Evil and Good? That's odd. It should be protection from evil and good. I don't know. In any event, we're going to go ahead and consume the spell, casting and protecting ourselves. And, what happened here? Why is that causing damage? Oh, Dispel Good and Charisma saving throw failed. Alright, so I guess we have protection from good and evil. I don't know what is going on with that spell. Alright, anyways, we'll have our Celestial here marked with protection from good and evil, which is good to see. Oh, wow. Alright, it also got applied to them out there. That's really funny because they were both marked. Okay. Gonna have to go in there and get rid of protection from good and evil on them because obviously they don't need it, and I always forget to remove the targeting effects after the fact. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that our zombie giant here is already bloodied just because of the fire breath. Alright, that is quite hilarious. And let's see here. Let's finish off our turn by doing a little bit of a move, spreading out, and we'll go 25 feet to there. We still have a whole bunch of extra movement, so we'll come up another, let's say 15 feet, and get ready to maybe charge on the next round. Okay. That is Rune's turn. Up next is Valoel, our fire main angel here. And let's see, what can we do with her? She can cast a couple spells of Daylight, Fireball, and Guiding Bolt. On top of that, we can also use some features of a multi-attack and, let's see here, Compel Duel we also have. Hey, Cornucopia, welcome aboard. It's been a while since I've seen you, but yes, I know it's very late for you over there right now, but I'm glad you could join this live stream of Celestials versus Undead. Celestials with a golden dragon. Alright, so we can compel a duel if need be, but we're not going to do that just yet. We also have Daylight, Fireball, and Guiding Bolt, so why not see if we can get that Fireball into play. We could probably do it somewhere around here, even though the Dracolich is up 25 feet into the air. We can more than likely target and get both of those going here. So our Angel's already flying roughly 25 feet into the air as it stands. We'll come fly up here a little ways, and let's see here. Go ahead and hit that Fireball. We'll go over here and say, all right, so it's a 20-foot radius. We'll do something like that to be able to hit both of them. Okay, so as Hoth succeeds, our Dracolich with a 22, taking a little bit of fire damage, and Raltum the zombie fails with a 2 and is hit hard with a 38 points of fireball damage. And before this zombie can even act, he's almost already out of combat, which is quite funny to see. Unfortunately, the zombie is getting quite crispy over there. All right, the fireball has been cast, and now it's time for our Angel. Let's see here. What is our Angel's alignment? Chaotic? Good? Oh yeah, definitely would be flying backwards a little bit to protect themselves. Okay. So she's going to back off a little bit and wait for the creatures to come on in to face her on her terms. And that ends Valoel's turn. I don't believe there's anything else we can do. What we got here? Reactions. We don't have any kind of bonus actions, really. So, yes, that'll be the end of Valoel's turn. Okay, now, finally, after we get rid of the Fireball here, let's see, where are we hiding that? There we go. Let's get rid of Fireball. Get rid of our targeting. That's right. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now, it's our zombies' turn. And let me just double check and ensure what we can do here. We got a multi-attack, a free stare, numbing aura, and a whole bunch of other stuff here. So the numbing aura is anyone, I believe, within 10 feet of the zombie makes a constitution save. And then we have our great axe attack, which is 2 of those, and a freezing stare up to 60 feet away. Okay, so our zombie does have the ability to you know, attack at range, which could be handy, and we could try the freezing stare on the gold dragon, or we could just advance on the unicorn. So let's see here. Our movement is a total of 40, and what do we got here for a distance? 50 feet. Not gonna make it. So we'll have our giant, zombie giant here. I gotta zoom in just a little bit because I can't see how far he's moving. 30 feet. We'll have the zombie move up a good 40 feet here, which will take up all the movement, and then target Medrad here, forgot the name, and try that freezing stare on him. Okay, so freezing stare was hiding where? The features, the bonus action. No, that was numbing aura. Oh, there it is, freezing stare, perfect. Okay. So, Freezing Stare is dealing 39 points of damage. Medrad succeeds with a 30 on the Constitution save, so should have only taken half damage and is not paralyzed, which could have been funny, with a paralyzed dragon falling to the ground, but succeeded on the check and didn't have to worry about it. So that is the action for our zombie here, and that's pretty much it. All they can do at the moment. Okay. Bonus action, anything within 10 feet? No, the unicorn is not within 10 feet. Probably could have moved him down a little bit. In fact, I think I'll do that. We'll have him go over here instead and use the bonus action to do whatever that was. So let's get rid of targeting over here. Target the unicorn and give that a go. So we'll do a little bit of retconning here to see that the zombie could indeed use the bonus action on the unicorn as well. Okay, switch over. Perfect. And our bonus action. Let's see here. Numbing Aura. Any creature that starts its turn within 10 feet of the zombie must make a Constitution save. Unless the save succeeds, the creature can't make more than one attack or take a bonus action on that turn. So we're just going to do this now since it's at the start of their turn, so I don't forget. And we'll see what happens. Okay. So the zombie, let's see here. The Frost Giant zombie has the numbing aura when it's Rune's turn. They'll make this Constitution check and save, so they are not numbed by the aura of this this giant here, which is fantastic to see. And that is it for our zombie giant. So now it's Nipper's turn. Nipper, the Tyrannosaurus zombie. And you know what? I said, I want a T-Rex in this game, so let's put this T-Rex in here, and I'll make something up as to why it's able to do this. So, what is the movement range? 40 feet for our T-Rex, and our T-Rex is going to go 20 feet here, and big creature, huge creature, so more than likely is going to be able to, I'm going to say, reach up and be able to bite Meadrod, even though Meadrod is 25 feet in the air. You know, the worst part is that our monsters don't actually have any kind of height for them, so I'd actually have to kind of go back and I'd have to do a little homework here to see if they were stood 25 feet tall. I'm going to take a guess that probably yes they can, and we'll come on out here for another. Can we get there? Let's see here. Our movement says only 4 more blocks, so let's see here. What we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes here for 4 feet and unfortunately can't go any further. So what is our T-Rex going to do? Because it can't really do much else of anything. Let's see here. Features. What do we got for features? We got the multi-attack. We have a bonus action of disgorging zombies. As a bonus action, the T-Rex zombie can disgorge a normal zombie, which appears in an unoccupied space within 10 feet. Yeah, we could do that. But I don't feel like adding in any more monsters, and I wasn't prepared for that. So we're not going to disgorge a zombie. We'll say this is a brand new T-Rex that, you know, zombie T-Rex that didn't have time to gorge on anything and create undead. And anyways, that would just increase the CR difficulty anyways. So it looks like, biggest monster here, Nipper's going to move and finish up their, unfortunately, their action, moving as close to Meadrod as possible and getting right up into Meadrod's face. We'll try and do an attack next turn. We'll see what happens then. Alright, so that's the end of round 1. No one dead yet, but our zombie giant here is on the ropes and just about ready to die. And we'll call that the end of round 1. Moving into round 2, we'll start with Azhoth again, who has not been able to do any kind of electrical breath yet, but because of good lines and whatnot, we're going to have the Dracolich here, which can fly a good 80 feet over to the side here and get ready to do a nasty old electrical breath. Yes, I know you can't move there. You're going to move there anyways. Okay, just for the sake of being able to see everything. Not actually going to be in touch range of Meadrod because of the lines that I'd put in here for walls and whatnot. If anything, let's just get rid of the walls now because it's proving to be a pain in the butt. Alright, quick deletion of these lines. There we go. And now I can go back to what I was doing. Okay, so our blue Dracolich here lines up with the attack and gets ready to do a lightning breath, since I didn't really get a chance to do anything before. Alright, so gonna line this up to get 2 creatures. We're gonna get the angel and our gold dragon in line and zap with a lightning bolt. Let's see here. So, 55 points of damage. Meadrod succeeds with a 26. Valowel fails with a 10. That's 55, half of that, 27 to our gold dragon, and 55 total to the angel. Let's double check this and make sure that our angel doesn't have any kind of, yeah, no kind of legendary resistance, just magic resistance. And technically, the lightning bolt, I guess, isn't magical. Yeah, spells and other magical effects. So, yeah, it's just lightning damage. Unfortunately, I have no way of telling what the characters rolled for their attack or for their saves, and just know that Valowel failed with a 10. Okay, so 55 points of damage here, and that is the Dracolich's attack. Let's get rid of the template here, now that we've zapped him with electricity, which is fantastic to see. And we'll definitely move back, because, you know, evil dragons be evil. Let's see here. Let's target our Dracolich properly. What do we got for movement? For some reason it seemed to reset itself. So I'm gonna say that probably can't move any further. Probably went as far as it could. At 80 feet? No, it's definitely not 80 feet. I'm gonna have him move back just a wee bit. That'll be good enough. Clawpaw! Hey buddy, welcome aboard. You're right here at the top of round 2. Yes, you did make it. Fantastic to see you. Thank you for joining. Alright, we just finished up Azhoth's turn. And now we have Frizz. Frizz is definitely hiding off the side here. Let's see here. How did that little artwork get messed up? Anyways, they are trying to get into this Dracolich lair to find whatever treasures are back there. Yes, you saw that in, I don't know if you saw that, Clawpaw, in the Discord chat, but yes, that's where the plan came from. I think Hair Doctor gave us the idea here. So, bonus action to disengage your hide. We're already hiding, so we're going to get 30 feet out here, and we'll say sticking to the shadows, somewhere over here. So that is going to be Frizz's turns as they run off and try to hide as best they can. With a 28, I think it was 24 or 28 hide check, Frizz is doing a pretty good job of sticking to the shadows and hiding the best they can, while everyone is distracted with battle down here. Alright, so that is Frizz's turn. Frizz is doing a good job of being a stealthy little goblin, and Medrad is up. Medrad used their Flame Breath and is going to attempt a recharge of the Flame Breath. So, let's see what happens here. Nope, I need to recharge. Consume, recharge. Let's see. How do I do a recharge here? Alright. I'm going to have to do it from here. There we go. Perfect. Oh, and it does recharge. Excellent. Alright. So then, Medrad is going to fly backwards and probably attempt to try and get all three of them in the Flame Breath at one shot. Because he's flying away from Nipper, our zombie T-Rex here. Yeah, I think so. The Gold Dragon is doing quite well, Cornucopia. Nipper's going to get an attack of opportunity here as Medrad leaves the threat range. So we're going to go ahead and target them and have Nipper make a reaction bite attack against our Gold Dragon. Since, you know, huge creatures, only 25 feet in the air, I'm sure they can reach. All right, here comes the reaction attack. 25 feet in range, and the range is only 10 foot. Okay, I will just fix that real quick and say the dragon is 10 feet in the air. Let's see if that works. There we go, good enough. And that's a 5 base, 15 to hit. That's a miss on Medrad, and the reaction was used. Our Gold Dragon is doing work here, folks, and is able to avoid being attacked as it's still flapping and flying around in the air. Alright, let's see here. So let's go back to putting this at 25 feet. Yo, by the way, how's our Kobold doing? Kobold, which one are we talking about? Because right now it's a Goblin, Frizz. We haven't had any plucky little Kobolds yet. Alright, so let's see here. We're going to fly. How far can we fly? I think it's 80. Oh, yeah, 80 feet. Perfect. So we're going to come over to here. 60 feet. And this should line us up. We'll have the dragon come down probably a good... Yeah, we'll come back down to 10 feet so that you can get everyone into this cone attack here and see how we can do a Flame Breath. Yes, the Goblin is doing good. So far over here, hidden, clinging to the walls, and hiding in the shadows. I'm going to suggest that these are shadows here and just dashed across to get into the shadows. Yeah, Frizz be sneaking hard. So far, so good. We're 3 rounds in, and Frizz has survived 3 games. The close one was the water one. Okay, we have another Fire Breath here, and the Fire Breath is going to... Let's see here. Swing around. Oh, we can't get the dragon, but we can get the zombies. So, that's going to be good enough for me, and 2 zombies getting flame broiled here. 53 points of damage. Roltom the zombie fails with an 18, and Nipper fails with a 12. Nipper takes the first amount of damage here, 53 points of damage. And let's just double check something here, because we have Undead Fortitude. If the damage reduces the zombie to 0 hit points, it makes a Constitution saving throw of DC of 5 plus the damage taken, unless the damage was fire, which it is, radiant, or a form of critical hit from a critical hit. So, this was fire damage, and it does outright kill our zombie, toasting it up hardcore. It is just a pile of ash as this Gold Dragon just unleashes fiery hell down on the zombies here. Alright, so that is 1 zombie down. Let's go ahead and mark that up in the undead rankings. We are now down to 2, with still 3 Celestials here. The other ones haven't really done anything, well, we haven't really been hit except for our Angel, who got pretty zapped hard here. And our Unicorn is yet to be touched, which is good for the Unicorn. All right, so let's get rid of the fire template here. Where are you hiding? There we go. And that will be, I think, more or less it for our dragon. We probably can move him a little bit more, although it got reset. What do we do here? 60 feet. We're gonna have the dragon come up just a little bit, and that'll be it for Midrod's turn. All right, up next is Rune, and Rune is going to take the action to dash out and charge the Nipper, the zombie T-Rex here. Rip Ralton. He did not contribute. No, he did not. Well, he did a little bit. He let's see here. He tried to zap the dragon with his one breath and tried to do like an aura to the unicorn, but didn't really do much of anything because that gold dragon, his constitution saves have been on point. All right, so double check here. We have our charge attack. And if the unicorn moves at least 20 feet straight towards a target, then hits it with a horn attack on the same turn, the target takes an extra 9 piercing. If the target is a creature, which it is, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. That's hilarious. A large unicorn knocking prone a huge T-Rex. Let's see what happens first as the unicorn comes charging in. And the movement is 50 feet, which is more than enough to get us over there. Only one box of left. And yes, targeting is perfect. So, Nipper is being gouged with a horn attack from our unicorn here. All right, so I need to switch this over to the horn attack and see what happens. Horn attack, go! Oh, that is a fail, totally. 3 base, 10 to hit. Unfortunately, it looks like as our unicorn was about to hit the zombie T-Rex with the horn attack, maybe the legs moved or something, and the zombie avoided the massive unicorn strike. So there's no damage there, unfortunately. And I don't believe we can do anything else because that was the attack of just the horns. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Drake, thank you for joining. Just saw. Let's see. Who was on the Celestial team? The Celestial team is a unicorn by the name of Rune. We have a gold dragon, adult gold dragon, Midrod, and we have Voloel, a flame rune. No, it's Fire Main Angel from GGR, Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Okay. Yes, Nipper did a hop for sure. Thank you. And hopped right out of way of attacks from our unicorn. So that is the end for Rune's turn, and we will move on to Voloel. And Voloel can move 120 feet and is going to just rush right in and engage Azhoth. Now, Voloel is going to move in such a way that they will avoid any kind of attacks of opportunity and will engage Azhoth right away. So we're going to go over to here. And the foot range, we'll just say she moves up another 25 or another 5 feet, 25 feet into the air, so even with our Dracolich, and goes in for an attack. All right, so let's see. What do we got for spells? We have Compel Duel, which is a bonus action. I believe we might want to use this one. If I can, you attempt to compel a creature into a duel. A creature that you can see within range must make a Wisdom save. Well, she's chaotic good, so probably wouldn't use this, and it doesn't really help out any other way, since the the gold dragon's been doing a lot of work. So she's just going to go in for her multi-attack. All right, let's switch our targeting over here, and we have, let's see here, multi-attack. Makes 2 melee attacks. Perfect. So longsword. Here we go. Strike number 1 against the Dracolich. Base 4 to hit, total of 14. That misses the Dracolich on the first attack. Second attack with our longsword is a 17 base, 27 total to hit. That is going to be, a measly 7 points of slashing damage from Voloel as she goes in for the attack. Okay, that is it for Voloel, and we end the round 3 with Nipper, our T-Rex here. And let's see here. So, we have our unicorn who is right in front of Nipper. Nipper looks down slowly because, well, Nipper is a zombie, and sees that there's something to munch on. Hey Andrew, by the way, I know not very related to what's going on, but how do you use music in D&D as in these vids or your sessions? Right now, currently, my music is being played in the background through just Windows Player. Let's see here. When I'm playing with my group in Foundry here, I just use the music tab here and I import a whole bunch of music into Foundry. Roll20, you can do the same thing as well. Yeah, exactly, Cornucopia. Was expecting more damage from that angel. But yes, that is basically, to answer your question there, Clawpaw. I import usually all my music whenever playing VTTs on online here. So, you know, the music tab for Foundry, and basically there's another music tab as well for Roll20, and maybe a couple others. I know there's another one. There's another one here by, I can't think of the name of it, but it's by Owl Bear Rodeo. They have another project, like a penguin, it's called Penguin something or other, and that's another way to get music into your games online. Let's see here, radiant damage. Do we have radiant damage on the sword? We do. Did it not come into play? Yes, it should have been more damage, you're right. Plus 22 from fire or radiant damage, Angel's choice. Let's see here. I don't believe it was put into effect here. Yes, no, there's nothing here for extra damage, which is funny. All right, so I'm going to have to add that in here. All right, let's see here. What are we doing for this? It is 5d8 fire or radiant. We'll just go with fire. Well, or radiant. You know, we'll do radiant. That's really odd. I'm surprised 5d8, that wasn't set into place properly. All right, and we are going to add in, what is it? Radiant damage. Perfect. There we go. Excellent. Thank you so much, Drake, for catching that. +1 inspiration to you. Warning, inspiration warded here at the D&D CR Exposed YouTube channel may not be acknowledged or accepted by your DM. So, you know, buyer beware. So let's go ahead and add in an additional 5d8 points of damage to our attack. Okay, so our d8's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, we gotta back off one. And roll that extra 5d8. And let's see. Whoa, there we go. Now that's a hit. 23 more points of damage. Perfect. Let's see here. Subtract 23 points of damage. And now our Dracolich is in trouble because the angel is doing damage now. Okay. And that is the bottom. Oh, no. Excuse me. Nipper is up. I forgot all about Nipper. Okay. Oh, Nipper. Here we go. Yeah, let's go, Drake. Get that inspiration. For sure. Okay. Nipper is going in for its bite attacks. And let's see here. We have the feature of the multi-attack, which is 2 attacks. One with its bite and one with its tail. But the tail cannot attack the same target because of how big it is. So, Nipper's going to go in for the bite and munch on the unicorn. Okay, bite attack. 10 base, total of 20 to hit. Oof, and that is a hit. Okay, so we have a couple things going on here. We have our unicorn is now officially grappled and restrained. So we're going to go ahead and add in that effect. Restrained. Perfect. All right. So now our unicorn is restrained and also had a constitution check, which rune failed and now does no longer have protection from good and evil. Oh, this was evil. So we have to do one thing. We didn't get the attack at disadvantage here. So we have to roll another d20 and see if the attack failed or not, because we did have that protection from good and evil. Okay, 10 base again, which I believe was the same roll. So everything stands as it is, and protection from evil and good is lost, unfortunately. And our unicorn is now restrained as it's been bitten and lifted and thrown around in the jaws of a zombie T-Rex doing what it does best, and that's just eating. Okay. Moving on, bottom of the round, we go back to the top now, was Azhoth at the top here. And Azhoth, oh, let's see here. We have a couple things we need to do. Because we have something in melee, we're going to go back real quick. So at the end of Valoel's turn, our Dracolich is going to get some legendary actions in. And because of that, we have a tail attack. Let's see here. Tail attack, it looks like we have 3 available options. That should be just 1 use, correct? Yes, it is 1 use for a tail attack. Okay. It's just playing. Let's see here. Yes, we need to do a quick refresh here because our Dracolich is getting in some tail attacks. So let's go and get those tail attacks in. 1 on Valoel. Yes, we will consume and use that ability. And then we will go in for the attack. Okay, base 3 to hit. That is a miss. And then at the end of Nipper's turn, we will do it once more. Okay, use that ability again and go in for one more tail attack. Okay, let's see here. Another base 9, total of 22 to hit. Tail attack comes swinging around as they are both battling it out in the air, and our angel only takes half damage because they are apparently, let's see here. Ooh, wow, yeah, they have a whole bunch going on here. Non-magical physical attacks. And it doesn't, I don't believe that they have magical attacks. Let's see here. Multi-attack, legendary resistances. Okay. Nope, no magical weapons. So the attack is only halved and deals 6 points of damage to our angel, who is almost on the state of being bloodied. Alright. So that is now officially the end of round 2. We are back to the top of round 3. I need to double check my legendary actions here. Looks like it was not restored, so we'll go ahead and mark that. Now that's restored properly. And we will carry on. So, let's see here. We got to do a recharge check real quick of the lightning breath. And let's see here. We got a 5, so the lightning breath is recharged. Can we use it? Well, let's see here. Lawful evil. So because it's lawful, it may not want to attack any of its allies for the time being. Although it is only one. Our Dracolich is probably going to fly in such a way that, yeah, it could totally zap the unicorn and the gold dragon at the same time. Indeed. Velol did. Alright, so Velol is going to get a reaction attack on the Dracolich. And let's see here. So we'll switch our targets to the Dracolich. And Velol is going to get a reaction attack of the longsword strike, which may not be the best thing for our Dracolich to do, but we'll see what happens. Base 11 to hit, 21 points total to hit. That's 23 points of damage now that we have the proper amount of damage in. And our Dracolich takes a mighty swing from Velol, our angel. And our Dracolich moves 25 feet, we'll say somewhere right about here. And will land in such a way that is going to also hit our, so yeah, we'll say we'll go down minus 15 feet down to 10, flying in the air, and is going to zap at everyone here in a straight line. Alright, I think that's going to be the best use for his actions, or its actions, and we'll go in for that lightning breath. There we go. Alright, and lightning breath, go! That's a whole bunch of d20s right there. Oh no! Alright, I gotta revert the damage from, okay. No damage to the dragon, which is funny. So Rune fails the lightning breath save, and it looks like our unicorn is killed in the mouth of the zombie T-Rex. Oh, this is not good at all. Failed with an 8. With disadvantage, let's see here. Was there anything else? Do we have any kind of legendary resistances? No, we only had a legendary action, and I forgot to use that with our unicorn, actually. So, let's see here. Where was that happening? I don't know if that's going to... Now, I could have done like a heal self action. It's not going to help. So our unicorn is basically dead regardless, even if I were to retcon and use its legendary action to... heal self here, because the base is only 11 and it had very few hit points as it was. Actually, let's retcon this real quick. Oh, 47. Alright, so we're gonna use this real quick and we're gonna do a little bit of fixing because I forgot the unicorn has legendary action, sadly. Okay, let's see here. Real quick, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this whole heal self stuff. Okay, unicorn magically regains 11 hit. Yeah, all right, didn't actually do the roll. Annoying. All right, so 2d8 plus 2. So we're gonna roll. This could save the unicorn. 6 hit points. Okay. So plus 6, and then we do the damage here, and still dead. No, wait, no. Let's fix that again. Revert that. Okay, so we're at how much hit points? 47. And we should have... Did we heal 6 before? Darn it. All right. Yeah, I know what's going on here. Plus 6. So now we need to subtract the 49 points of damage. So actually our unicorn is still alive with just a few hit points here. All right, so not completely dead, but just enough. Yeah, a little bit of a little bit of problems there, but let's see here. Our... Oh, wow. Okay, so our Gold Dragon, just to verify here, also saves with a 20. And then Azhoth failed, but because it's lightning and whatnot, it actually doesn't take any damage. It wasn't supposed to take damage to begin with. Living on a prayer, that is for sure. And does have a turn right before our zombie T-Rex. So we'll see what happens in the round 3 here, as our unicorn is barely living. Okay. And I believe that catches everything up here. Our dragon did fly a little bit, so we're going to, 1, get rid of the template. So let's get rid of that. And then is going to continue flying. How much farther can we go? We have 80 feet. I think the dragon only went about 25. So we'll say over to here and gets ready for the next combatants to come at him. Actually, yeah, it doesn't really matter. We'll see what happens with the dragon. Okay, so that is Azhoth's turn. Up next, we have Frizz, our plucky little goblin, and our goblin is still holding out here. Let's see, how far can our goblin get still holding off here? So we're going to say we could do 10 here, another 10 here, and then 10 to there. So here's where our goblin is now hiding, almost to the lair, still sneaking through at half speed, using its action and movement to get as far as possible, which is basically only half as far as they could if they were running. And yeah, almost there. We'll say probably another 2 rounds. Frizz, our little plucky goblin, might actually make it into their goal. All right, so that's Frizz's turn. We have Medrad next. Medrad is going to go for a recharge check and see if they get their flame breath back. And let's see here. We have a 4. Does not recharge the flame breath. So they have a choice to make. Do they try and save the unicorn, or do they go after the Dracolich? I think the best bet would be to try and save the unicorn because, well, lawful good. Okay. So what do we have here? No spells, which is fine. We're using a base gold dragon here. We have a bunch of attacks and nothing else that we can really do. We do have the frightening presence, which I haven't had a chance to use. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's come in for a whole bunch of attacks. All right, so Medrad is going to come over here, 40 feet, and go in for an attack on Nipper. All right, so we have, let's see, for our multi-attack, we have, what is it? Frightful Presence, and then makes 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. Okay. So we're going to switch to this, and what is the range on Frightful Presence? Hashtag save the unicorns! Exactly. Let's see here. Our range is 120 feet, so definitely can use it, as it uses a Frightful Presence to try and affect Azhoth. I think they're all immune to fear, to be honest. Yeah, frightened, and... oh, poisoned. Okay, so the T-Rex could get frightened, surprisingly enough. Okay, so we're going to go ahead for the multi-attack, which I just done again. And let's see here. So, Frightful Presence, where are you hiding? Right there, perfect. Nipper fails with a 9, is now frightened by the gold dragon. Alright, so let's go ahead in here. Add in the condition for frightened. I love that face. It's just like the Scream face from those old Scream movies. It's like, oh no. And is now frightened of the gold dragon and goes in for the rest of its multi-attack of, let's see here. Oh, Nipper failed with a 9, if anyone was curious. The DC was a 21. Probably a hard pass on that one for the T-Rex. All right, we also have 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. So we'll go ahead and start off with the bite attack. The bite attack has a base attack of, ooh, that is a 1 and a complete failure. That is a miss on the bite attack, as the T-Rex is feared, frightened, moves back in recoil, and misses the attack. Just to verify something real quick. Disadvantage on ability checks. Okay, so it's just the attack rolls. All right, perfect. Then we go in for 2 claw attacks. All right, next up, oh, for crying out loud. Okay, yes, I meant to reduce the range here and actually come in for a landing. There we go. Claw attack. Base 4, total 18 to hit. Wow, that is not going to be an easy way for, I think the gold dragon probably only needs a 1 to actually miss anything here. And rolls a total of 18 to hit, 18 points of slashing damage, and then goes in for another claw attack against our zombie T-Rex. Let's see here, base 16, total 30 to hit, easily hits the T-Rex and mauls it for 14 more points of damage. Okay, so that is Medrad's turn. Up next we have Rune. And what is Rune going to do now that they are well, now that they're stuck here. Okay, gets our legendary actions back. And we can do, let's see here, Healing Touch. Touches another creature, can't do that to itself. We have legendary actions of Hooves, Shimmering Shield, or Heal Self. Well, let's see here. Kind of stuck, can do a multi-attack, but also may want to try and free himself. But kind of pointless, because if they free himself, they still has to move and could take an attack. So it's going to frantically try and make an attack of, you know, one with its hooves and one with its horn. Let's see what happens. All right, going in for the attack. We have our unicorn going in for a hooved attack first and then a horn attack second. Come on now. There we go. Disadvantage strike, that's base 13, total 20 to hit. That's 9 more points of damage against the T-Rex. And then our unicorn rune goes in for a horn attack at disadvantage, unfortunately. Base 6 to hit, that's a total of 13, and does hit our zombie T-Rex for an additional 9 points of piercing damage from the horn. And Nipper is now officially in critical state, but because they're undead, they're going to fight to the death. Just because he's a zombie doesn't mean that Nipper doesn't need a nightlight. It's spooky out there, that's for sure. All right, up next, now that Rune has successfully attacked on both of its turns, even though it was restrained, we now have Valoel, who is going in to also try and help our unicorn. All right, so fly down here, and we'll say comes in for here. Now we will also have, let's see here, flanked. Let's get that flanked condition on the zombie T-Rex. Okay, perfect. And Valoel will go in for 2 strikes, but we have to reduce the range here. So we'll say moves down 20 feet, so flying 5 feet above our T-Rex, roughly. And goes in for 2 big old strikes. All right, longsword strikes. We have that set up. And here we go. And let's see here. At advantage, 16 base, 26 to hit. That's 27 points of damage. And our zombie T-Rex is almost defeated. Let's go in for that one more longsword attack. And we'll see that we have a total of 13 to hit, which does hit our zombie T-Rex and defeats it with 36. Now, let's just double check about our Undead Fortitude. We do have Undead Fortitude, but because it was hit with radiant damage, which is in the rules here, the zombie is killed outright. And our zombie T-Rex is defeated. All right. So let's just update that real quick on the screen. We are down to 1 more undead. Okay, so the Dracolich here has something to really think about, considering that its companions are all but been completely defeated, and it's by itself now. Okay, so then, let's see here. That is Valoel's turn, and that's the bottom of round 3. We don't have anything else we can do at the moment, as our Dracolich and everyone else is out of the way here. At the end of the turn, though, Rune is going to go ahead and use its ability to heal itself. Nipper is Ripper now. Deserved part 2. Nice. Okay, so let's see here. Real quick, target self. And Rune is going to use its... No, not that. I want the features to heal self. Use the ability, and we'll heal, let's see here, 2d8 plus 2. Let's get off of those there. And our unicorn is healing itself for a mighty 12 points of hit points. Might help, might not, probably won't. Oops, didn't mean to kill our unicorn here. Had 7, so let's see here, plus 7. And then plus 12 more. There we go. Too used to saying subtract. I guess Nipper has been Ripper for a while now, if you think about it. Yeah, true, actually. Okay, so our unicorn used its legendary actions after Valoel's turn to heal itself for a little bit and is trying to hold in there. All right, end of round 3. We go to the top of round 4 with Azhoth. Let's see if Azhoth is able to, well, you know, recharge its lightning bolt, because that would be devastating right now. Okay, going in for the recharge. And we get a 5. Oh, buddy. This is going to be interesting here. Azhoth is going to move in such a way that... can we get all of them? Technically, we could if we went on the line here. But if we do by spaces, we can only do 2. And might as well just try and get that unicorn once more. So, Azhoth, every round, basically has been able to use its lightning breath, which is insane. And goes in for another lightning breath attack. Yeah, well, another recharge on the lightning breath. All right, lightning breath. Let's use it. Place the measured template. Let's see here. And we're going to zip zap both the gold dragon and the unicorn here. Oh, and almost was so close to possibly hitting Frizz. We have a total, excuse me, of 71 points of damage. Rune should not have rolled at disadvantage, but even with 71 points of damage, is still fried to a crisp and electrocuted because of, you know, only having a few hit points left. I think it was a total of, what, 19 left? So yes, our unicorn now is officially defeated. Medrad, on the other hand, fails with a 19. So we're going to go ahead and use one of their legendary reactions to save. Okay, so let's go in here. We're going to grab our features here for free and do a legendary resistance. Consumes the ability, and since the dragon failed a saving throw, can now instead pass it. Okay, so we're going to revert the damage and instead only do... Nope, let's revert the damage once again. We're going to do half damage instead. There we go. And saves on the attack. Officially now. Okay, getting rid of the template for our lightning breath. That is it for Azhoth's turn. Azhoth is now... Now that it's basically on its own, it's going to start probably going back into its lair to hide out and get away from these Celestials that have totally destroyed its defenses. So let's see here. We can fly 80 feet. We're already 10 feet up, so we're going to go do something like this. And then, what is that, 30 feet there? Okay, so 30 feet there. And then another 80 feet to here. And the height doesn't really matter because, well, they can both fly. So our Dracolich is trying to retreat back into its lair further to maybe regenerate and call in further reinforcements to help with these Celestials that have completely decimated the outside defenses. With that, it's now Frizz's turn, and Frizz sees the dragon come flying, the Undead Dracolich flying in here, and does a yip. And squeaks real hard to itself and decides not to dash in here and instead tries to hide itself as it is now completely concerned about being spotted and moves back behind the dragon head here and hides itself. Frizz may not be able to succeed on its mission this time. Even though it hasn't been defeated, it might end up failing this time. Okay, up next we have Medrad. And Medrad is going to go in for its recharge on the Flame Breath. And we do get a 5. Oof. Okay, so the question is, what's better, the Flame Attack or a bunch of multi-attacks? Honestly, I'm going to go with the Flame Attack, or the multi-attack, because... or we could do the Weakening Breath here. So let's see here. The Dragon exhales a cone, strength save, and then, let's see here. Strength-based attack rolls, checks, and saving throws are reduced for 1 minute. Seeing that the dragon is almost at half health and is trying to flee, I think the dragon is just going to charge in and go for the kill here, because it is undead. So we're going to do this. We're going to move up 10 feet into the air and go in for the attacks. No need to do Frightening Presence, as the Frightening Presence itself is just, you know, not really a point here. Although, oh yeah, we haven't done a multi-attack with our Dracolich, so we haven't had to worry about that either. And we go in for the attacks. Okay, so first off is going to be the bite attack. Let's switch over to our bite and goes in for a bite on the Dracolich. That's a base 6, total of 20 to hit, which does indeed hit for a total of 25 piercing damage. And yeah, that's it. Nothing else. I'm surprised. I thought they should have had fire damage as well. That's curious. Let's see here. The bite. Oh, you know what it is? Metallic dragons don't actually add. They might have a higher base damage, but they don't add like the chromatics do. Okay. Then we go in for a tail attack. Or no, excuse me, not a tail attack. 2 claw attacks. Okay, base 12, total of 26 to hit. That is another heavy strike of slashing damage and deals 14 more points of damage to Azhoth and 1 more claw attack. Base 16, another strong hit of 30 to total with 13 more points of damage on our Dracolich here. And that ends our Gold Dragon's turn. At the end of the Gold Dragon's turn, we are going to reciprocate with an attack, a tail attack from our Dracolich here. And the Dracolich is going to use one of its legendary actions to make a tail attack and goes in for the attack. Okay, up against our Gold Dragon, swings and hits base with an 8, total 21, does indeed hit, 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and our Gold Dragon is still not bloodied, which is good to see. Up next is Veloel, our angel here, and we'll move up, start flying over to the dragon. We'll increase their height to 10 feet, and let's see here, they can move 120 feet. We'll easily come into flanking position with the Gold Dragon. Oh, let's see here. Where are the attacks? No, the attacks were not. Okay, perfect. So the attacks were not at flanking, which is good. I thought I had flanking on there for some reason. Okay. And our angel comes over here to stop the Dracolich from flying into its lair and goes in for a flanking position here. And our Dracolich is now flanked and giving advantage to the attacks of our Celestials. I did do both claw attacks. You'll see here that on the side we have the bite and then 2 claws. They just don't do a whole lot of damage, surprisingly enough. To be fair, who attacks a Gold Dragon? That is a good question. Alright, so our angel here comes in flanking the Dracolich and goes in for 2 mighty longsword attacks. I believe it's longsword, right? Yes, longsword radiant damage attacks against the Dracolich. And let's see here. Attack number 1, total of 18, well, excuse me, base 18 to hit, total 28, 35 points of slashing and radiant damage. No problems, Drake. Thanks for checking, though. Sometimes I miss them, too. And then follows up with 1 more longsword attack. Okay, we have a base of 19 plus all of its bonuses, and that's a total of 29 to hit and 33 points of slashing and radiant damage. And because it was radiant damage, if our Dracolich did have Undead Fortitude, which I don't think it does, surprisingly enough, it has been defeated, and the Celestials have destroyed the undead in this battle of Monster vs. Monster here on YouTube with the D&D CR Exposed channel. My name's Andrew. I hope you've enjoyed this game. This was a fun one, and thanks to my people over on Discord for suggesting this one. It was a fun one, and I wasn't quite sure what to do. So thank you as always for everyone that hung out. Our Celestials have been successful in defeating the undead reign here, or the rising threat. And yeah, that's it. As for what's going on here, we'll say Frizz holds out for a while and watches and waits to see what the Celestials do. We'll probably say that the Celestials will then enter into this lair of the Dracolich to see what else is in there and probably clear out anything, any other undead. But sadly, clears out any other valuables because, well, Gold Dragons be doing Gold Dragon things. And Frizz, unfortunately, is unable to procure anything valuable that they might have been sent out here. Animation Maniac, Sag, true, very Sag, but fantastic stream, so much fun, thank you all, and as always, Animation Maniac, Clawpaw, Drake Terry, Cornucopia, who else have we got here? Anyone else did I miss? And Flame Loud, thank you all for joining me. You guys have been awesome for joining me here on this live stream, commenting, and just making this so much more fun than it rightfully should be, I think. This is a lot of fun. I'd have fun on my own, but now that you guys, everyone's here, this has been fantastic and even more fun. You guys have been awesome. This is me as Andrew, as always, asking the question, are your encounters even rated? Thank you so much for watching, and if you watch this again as a live stream or as a VOD later on, you are also awesome. Take care, everyone. Sweet dreams. Good night, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for hanging out and watching. Cornucopia, let's see here. Oh, well. Clawpaw, the treasures where the adventurers were barely survived. Yes. And Cornucopia, good stream. Really glad I was able to make it. Good night, y'all. Yes. Thank you, Cornucopia. Haven't seen you in a while. It was excellent having you here. Good night to everyone. And wherever you are in the world, thank you. Stay safe, have fun, and I will see you probably next Monday for another live stream of Monster vs. Monster here on the D&D CR Exposed YouTube channel. Thanks, everyone. Take care, and bye-bye.